Hey, welcome to Cat's Bookend. Let's discuss the season finale of this year's Game of Thrones. Spoilers, 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 spoiler alert. Watch no further if you haven't watched the episode yet. Okay, because there's going to be major spoilers. But, for those of you that have already seen it, how many of you are excited about the way it ended? It always ends, and again, major spoilers here, it always ends with a dragon every season. But look at the dragon that it ended with this time. I gotta tell you, that is so beautiful, the way that blue fire was coming out. I mean, granted, it was a horrible situation, but the visuals were just fantastic. Those giants that he brought back from the dead, just amazing. I fail to see how they're going to conquer this army of the dead. I just fail to see it. I'm starting to wonder if maybe the next season is just going to end with like everybody dying and the whole world of Westeros ending as everybody knows it. Seeing the Night King on that dragon was just fantastic. It was just so amazing. I mean, I'm having chills now just talking about it, and I'm fired up at Theon taking initiative. I'm really, really pleased. So I just found that ending to be awesome, and there was a scene where I thought I was going to pass out because I thought for sure that my baby, Jaime Lannister, those of you that saw it, you know what I'm talking about. I thought that I was going to pass out. I don't know why she let him go. I don't know what her plan is, but for a while there I was fooled. I thought she was actually softening because she's pregnant. But she's still the same bitch as she always was, and, you know, there's just no redeeming her, I guess. But the business with Jon Snow, I suspected that. I really did suspect it. I mean, look at the way, you guys, look at the way that he was like touching that dragon, and the dragon didn't snap at him or anything. It was almost like the dragon had this sense, it seems. I had heard people, they've been talking about this theory all along, so it wasn't that much of a surprise, but I thought they weren't going to go with that story angle, and they did. And I'm just wondering what Daenerys is going to think about that. I don't think that Daenerys should have the throne. I'm sorry, I know that's unpopular, but now that I know this about Jon Snow, I really, really do not think she should get the throne. I think that Jon Snow should. Also, I was so fired up at what happened to Lord Baelish. I was like, na 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 na, na na na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Yeah, that bastard. I thought for sure, though, that he was going to turn the two sisters against each other, and I couldn't understand why Arya was like being so mean and unforgiving towards Sansa. I hope nobody is watching this. I hope that you took my advice not to watch it if you haven't seen the episode yet, because as you can see, I'm like giving away everything. I was really, really pleased at Lord Baelish's death, just like I was pleased at Ramsay's death. I'm sure everybody is going to love Cersei's eventual death, but I just can't believe the way she turned on Jaime, and Jaime was like so loyal to her. I loved the confrontation between Sir Gregor and the Hound. Just love that. I think there's so much more that they can explore next season. I'm just like, I can't wait. We have to wait another year for this. And then after that, it'll be all gone. And what are we going to do? Seriously. Some of us are going to go through severe withdrawal. But I'd like to know what some of you think. I mean, I don't know if anybody's even going to watch this video, but if you are watching it, I want to know what some of you think about the things that have occurred. I knew Theon wasn't a total unredeemable coward. I knew it. I totally understood where he was coming from because, you know, if you'd been tortured like that and your genitals were cut off, you don't know how you would react. There was no winning in that situation on the boat with his sister, and he did have every intention of going and getting help. So I think all the people that are like, what a coward, and they're like talking like they, you know, like they're all brave, they don't know how they'd act in that situation. Trust me, they don't. A lot of people are all talk when it comes to Game of Thrones. Like people at work, I talk about Game of Thrones with them and the way they talk about it and like things that they would do. I know they wouldn't, you know, because I know their personality and there's no way that they would do that. They're all talk. But I'd like to hear what some of you think about some of these things. And do any of you, I know it's just a show, and I know I'm probably making myself look a little bad here by saying this, but do any of you find yourself sometimes judging the character of a person by what they say about Game of Thrones? I don't know. I don't want to be that judgmental, I really don't. But, you know, like I said, when I hear people saying, oh, that coward, you just know that they're talking out their butthole because they would not have done any different. And then I had one co-worker tell me one time a couple seasons ago that he was like acting all hard and cold and callous about a dragon killing a little girl. You know? And I found myself thinking, are you just trying to like show off for everybody and look like you're all tough? Just seemed like, you know, no sympathy whatsoever. It was like, okay, I like Daenerys, she's my favorite character, so anything that she or her dragons do is okay. It's just a show, I know, but sometimes I get so emotionally invested in it. Do any of you? Because, you know, I was sick about it when that one little girl burned. And I still can't forgive Melisandre, and I get pissed off when I think that she's going to be forgiven. That was just, and they started her off as such a total bitch at the beginning of the show. So, I don't know, and I don't think Brienne of Tarth is going to forgive her. I think Brienne of Tarth is going to want to kill her for destroying her king. I think they turned Melisandre on a dime. I mean, I think she was supposed to be this evil bitch, and then they decided that because they wanted to bring Jon Snow back to life. Well, actually, George R.R. Martin probably decided this. He wanted to bring Jon Snow back to life, so he had to like kind of like make her feel bad and be sort of sympathetic. And I don't have any sympathy toward her. I seriously don't. I could talk about Game of Thrones forever, and that finale, season finale, was just amazing. The visual of those giants and that whole army going over the hill and past the wall, and just that whole wall coming down. I hate to say something so horrible is beautiful, but it was actually beautiful. Not in the manner that you would think, but it was beautiful. And I just can't wait. I wish they would have done it this season, but I can't wait until the Hound and Arya get back together. And I thought that business with Brienne of Tarth and the Hound was amusing. I thought his confrontation with Sir Gregor was really, really cool. So, I guess we'll just have to wait until next year. But I would like to have, I guess we can't have a discussion over comments. You know, it's not like an actual discussion. To have a discussion, we would have to have like a panel. I would like to do that someday. Have a panel and discuss books and different things. But seriously, I want to know in the comments, do you have anything to say about any of this? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Actually, I would rather hear, I was going to say I would rather hear if you agreed with me, but no, I'll hear both. Okay? You don't have to agree with me. It's just that I know that most people, I don't want to call it a bandwagon, but it just seems like most people relate to and like all the same characters in Game of Thrones. It's almost like they feel like, oh, well, everybody likes this person, so I have to too. And I really don't like how, and it's not just with Game of Thrones, but it's with lots of other things too. I notice that when people like a character, they'll justify anything. And they'll because they want to believe that that person is the hero. So anything that that person does will be okay. They'll find some way to justify it. So, yeah, I would like to hear what some of you have to say. All right, thanks for stopping by.